You are listening to a Peter on Tour exclusive guide. Let's walk through Kutná Hora.
So, have you ever been to Prague? You know that feeling, right? Trying to find a bit of space on the Charles Bridge, surrounded by just seas of people. Well, what if I told you that just an hour away by train, there's this incredible medieval masterpiece waiting, and it's a whole different world?
Welcome to Kutná Hora. Seriously, look at this place. This quiet, beautiful town was once an absolute powerhouse. Why? Silver. So much silver was pulled from the ground right here that it basically bankrolled kingdoms across Europe. And all that money, it was poured right back into the town, creating some of the most stunning architecture you will ever lay eyes on. Now, here's the deal. Most visitors get herded onto these expensive, rushed bus tours from Prague. But, that's not how we do things. We're going to travel smarter. This is all about showing you how to see Kutná Hora on your own terms, giving you way more time, way more freedom, and, saving you a whole lot of cash.
And when you look at the numbers, it's kind of a no-brainer. A guided tour is going to set you back over 1,800 Czech koruna, and you only get about 4 hours there. But if you do it yourself by train, you're looking at around 660 koruna for everything. For that, you get 6, maybe 8 hours to explore. It's less than half the cost for double the time. You just can't argue with that math.
And what can you do with all that extra time? Well, your day can be so much more relaxed. You can leave Prague bright and early, get to the famous Bone Church before all the tour buses show up. Then you can take a nice walk, maybe grab a local bus to the old town, have a long, leisurely lunch, and spend the whole afternoon exploring St. Barbara's Cathedral. There's no one tapping their watch telling you it's time to go. You're in charge.
Okay, so let's do this. Imagine you're at the station, ready to hop on that early morning train. The planning's done. Let's kick off our virtual tour. Our first stop, it's one of the most unforgettable places in all of Europe. For real.
You get there in that soft, perfect morning light and walk up to what looks like a totally unassuming little church. But then you head down a narrow flight of stone stairs, and the air instantly gets colder. It gets quiet. As your eyes adjust to the dim light, you realize you're surrounded by an artistic statement that is made entirely of human bone.
And it is so important to understand what this place is really about. This isn't a horror movie set. It's not some haunted house attraction. It's a profound meditation on mortality. It's a physical example of memento mori, a Latin phrase that basically means, remember you must die. The goal wasn't to be morbid or scary. It was to find dignity and create art from the inevitable.
See, for centuries, the bones of up to 70,000 people were just piled up in this crypt. Pure chaos. Then, in 1870, a local woodcarver named František Rent was hired to bring some order to it all. And what he did? Well, there's just nothing else like it in the world. He took these anonymous remains and built something absolutely transcendent. Rent's work is really made up of a few key pieces. We're going to see the incredible central chandelier, the super detailed Schwarzenberg coat of arms, 4 giant bell-shaped mounds of bones, and you can even find where the artist signed his name. Just look up. This is the main event, the central chandelier. It's jaw-dropping, and they say it contains at least one of every single bone in the human body. Skulls, femurs, ribs, vertebrae, all intricately woven together into something that's both unsettling and absolutely mesmerizing. You even have these garlands of skulls draping down from the ceiling. It's a lot to take in.
And then over here, you'll find this. It's the coat of arms for the Schwarzenberg family, the aristocrats who paid for this whole project. The detail is just incredible. I mean, can you imagine the audacity? Creating your family crest from human remains? It says a lot about Rent's wild vision, that's for sure.
Okay, let's head back up the stairs. Take a deep breath as you step back into the bright daylight. We're leaving that dim, intimate world behind, and the whole scale of what we're about to see is going to change dramatically. We are trading a meditation on mortality for a towering monument to wealth and faith. We're going from the bones of the many to a masterpiece built on silver. This is St. Barbara's Cathedral, and it's here purely because of that silver boom. This was the miners' church, a tribute to their patron saint, Barbara. And get this, construction took 517 years. Can you imagine a project lasting that long? And what's really wild is that the original plan was for a building twice this size. That just shows you the level of ambition in this town. From an architectural standpoint, this cathedral is the absolute peak of late Gothic design. We're going to look at 3 amazing features. Its really unusual 5-nave layout, the genius engineering of its flying buttresses, and the beautiful complex vaulting of the ceilings. The second you walk inside, you're just hit by this incredible feeling of light and space. Most cathedrals have one big central aisle, right? This one has 5 of them, all running parallel. It makes the whole interior feel completely open, unified, almost transcendent. It just pulls your gaze upward, straight toward the heavens, through these massive pillars of light. And if you walk around the outside, you can see how they pulled it off. You see that amazing, intricate stone skeleton that's supporting the upper walls. Those are double-arched flying buttresses. They are an absolute masterclass in engineering. They let the builders push the walls higher and make them thinner, so they could hold huge, magnificent stained glass windows instead of just tons of heavy stone.
Inside, this place is like a living museum. If you look closely, you can find these amazingly preserved medieval frescoes that show the actual miners at work, the guys who paid for the whole thing. It's like a direct window into their lives. And that's right next to stunning 19th century stained glass, and even a really modern window from 2014. It's history layered on top of history.
Okay, so let's bring this all back to you and your trip. Because when you travel this way, independently, you're not just checking sites off of a list, you're actually getting to experience the town itself, completely on your own terms.
This right here, this is the real reward. It's the freedom to wander down a quiet cobblestone street just because it looks beautiful. The freedom to discover a tiny detail, a hidden courtyard, or to just sit down and watch the afternoon light change on these ancient buildings. That's a feeling you just can't get on a tour bus.
And hey, remember that money we saved back at the beginning? Well, this is what it's for. The cash you saved by taking the train is more than enough for an incredible Czech lunch. I'm talking goulash, dumplings, the works. You can find a local spot, maybe one with a view of the cathedral you just explored. You traveled smart, and this right here is your delicious reward.
To find the best photo spots mentioned here, visit peterontour.com for the full itinerary.